Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world right now, once again, welcome to the 477th episode of the Hospital Podcast. I want to give a massive salute to everyone in the chat, everyone that is out there listening, locked on. This is a bit of a special episode of the podcast. What we're going to do is we're going to make it a bit of an NHS 500 special. The 500th release on Hospital Records was out last Friday, the 31st of March. So we're going to kick things off today with an amazing track from Fred V, featuring an artist called Hamza, and it's called Free Fall. So yeah, welcome, say hello in the chat, UK Penguins, Cosmic Seas, Kiwi Channel. Let's have some fun today, my friends, let's go! So I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat. So good afternoon from Kazakhstan. That would be amazing if that was true, man. Jesus. So yeah, Detroit, Michigan. We've got Vienna in the house. We've got some stateside crew. And Fact Notification says London Electricity's new remixes are the bomb. Well, guess what? Coming up in the next couple of episodes, he's back. Wow. Big up Kiwi Channel, locking in, locking on from the country that gave us Gennady Golovkin. So yeah, big up my friend, big up. Yeah, big up all the American crew right now. And this track is from one of your own, and he is the amazing Duncan Winslow. And this is on NHS 500. This track is called Spaced Out. So Aaron T says, yo, Hospital, you guys need to schedule these podcasts out on YouTube so we can be notified when they happen live. I'm looking at George right now, and I think between us, we probably agree with that, don't we? And so Aaron, what we are going to do from now on, I promise you, that will be the absolute case, my friend. So yeah, welcome to NHS 500 Special Hospital Podcast. And coming up next, we have an incredible tune from Sri Lanka's finest Irie, and it's called Want No Drama featuring T-Man. So yeah, big up Oklahoma, big up Los Angeles, big up Chile, big up Yorkshire, D&B motherland, and also the home of a very good cup of tea. You're not ready. Pick up Eric, mate.
This one's for the top heads, straight from the rough neck. I'm after cars and rockers, pure chaos and upset. Steady on the rise, got my eye up on the prize, but I haven't touched the sky, so I ain't really done yet. Anybody wants it, I got something you can come get. Take you to the dark side, quicker than the sunset. Flow so dirty, but
So yeah, welcome everyone to the podcast. Let's vibe out, let's do this. CS party people, thank you so much for locking in, locking on. This is the 477th episode of the Hospital Podcast, and as you can see, I'm holding this beautiful piece of vinyl artwork, which is the 500th release on Hospital Records. If you can believe that, man. And it says, this is Hospital Records' 500th release, and we wouldn't have made it this far without the artists, producers, musicians, DJs, promoters, partiers, web forum warriors. That probably was me back in the day, right? Just cussing everyone, man. That's just what I did. And a bunch of other people as well, man. Let's go! So yeah, this beautiful piece of vinyl is obviously available now. The whole compilation came out on the 31st of March. And trust me, there's some absolute wonderful tunes, of which we will run through all of them today. So yeah, once again, I just want to give a massive shout out to people in the chat. Big up Susan McConnell, big up Unlimited XY. What's good, my friend? It's good to see you, at least ECU. Chuck W, Felipe, DJ Tyrion, Gav, Fat Notification. Big up, my friends. Let's go. Right, some more NHS 500 goodness. Pop and Subwave, Rave I Didn't Know was the last, and this is the incredible Enei remix. Let's go. To everyone that's in the chat right now, who has picked up a copy of NHS 500, and could you let me know, what is your favourite tune? Please don't say anything that I'm involved with, because you're going to make me blush. Even though I've got brown skin, I'm going to blush, right? Plus, it just wouldn't be true as well. So yeah, let me know what your favourite tune is off the compilation. Let me know what kind of collaborations that you want to see a little bit more of. For example, remixes, anything like that, because it's going to give us some good ideas, man. Me and George are partying tonight, man. Let's go. Okay, so someone has said something in the chat that I really agree with. Solomon Kaman says, I really love that London Electricity track. He just continues to bring the soul. For someone that has been around for as long as he has, and I'm not going to say how long because that's just rude. He continues to make amazing music. So the tune is called Vasquez, and I'm going to play it later. Back notification, man. Come on. Yeah, to everyone that is joining us in the chat, welcome once again to the 477th episode of the Hospital Podcast. You might see that I'm a little bit more bouncy than usual, and that is because my team right here is third in the Premier League, so yeah, just letting you know. And Yuri S asks, do you take requests, kind sir? Would there be a place for some ill behaviour later? That's a very good question. I'm going to have a look and see if I've got it on my stick. Somebody show us a love heart if you love this tune. It's Danny Bird. So that tune was especially for Yuri. Thank you, my friend. That is a really, really good request. And I have to admit, isn't it lucky, George, that I actually happen to have that on the stick? Because that could have been really embarrassing, but there we go. So yeah, this amazing remix of Netsky and Hybrid Minds, Let Me Hold You by Graphics on the remix. Let's go. And big up all the North American crew that saw the hospitality tour with Danny Bird, Winey and Fred V. I heard it was very, very fun. And I'm saying that because I'm just saying I wish I was there, but I wasn't, so, you know, I'm going to go cry in my beer now. Let's do this. Big up Igor from Ukraine. Much love and respect to you and your people, my friend. for some new tone a little bit later, my friends. Just want to say hello once again to everyone in the chat. Big up Christian, man. I wish I was there, my friend.
So take a little love until you have enough to cover all the pain you hold. Don't you live in fear, cause everybody here has blood that's running with gold. So take a little love until you have enough to cover all the pain you hold. Don't you live in fear, cause everybody here has blood that's running with gold. When the weight of the world's on your shoulders, I will hold you.
George has got his hands up in the background. Big up Duncan, my friend. I love you too. I might play that again for you, Zug. I might do that. Let's do this. So Eric asks, on a scale of 1 to rave ready, how buzzed are you? Well, I've only had one beer for a start. And also, this Saturday, finally, is the very, very last Hospitality Printworks. See, I'm super excited, man. And yeah, Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, I'm not that good at that, my friend.
I'm gonna take you higher. 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 I'm gonna take you higher.
was a bit of an NHS 500 special, but thought what I would do is just play a few tunes for the dance floor, just because everyone has left in the office and it's just me and George left, drinking our Corona, having a great time. So yeah, everyone in the chat, let me know how you're feeling. Este Omkvut Punatsk, and that is everybody dance in Muskoke native language. Now, I'm gonna need some practice with that, but you know, I did try my best. Right, let's have some fun. That for some classics. George is giving you the finger. On a scale of 1 to, let's say, 10, how much do you still love Bricks Don't Roll by Hazard? You know, I don't care what anyone says, man, it still goes off. Tiffany says 100, wow. Fact notification comes in with quite a high 7. 10 out of 10 from Jammy Patch, 11 out of 10 from Igor from Ukraine, Vikram, 10 out of 10. Yeah, these are the kind of things I like to see, man. Okay, so back now to NHS 500. We've got something from Unglued, Lens and Winey, and it's called Lazy Hardcore. Okay. Yes, I will definitely be in Dallas at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen early in 2024. Let's do some hospital classics. Why not, George? And yes, there will be another Link event, Jammy Patch 44. I absolutely promise you. So yeah, come and sip a cold one with us. Hospital Podcast 477. And let this beautiful music take you away. This is High Contrast Racing Green, of course. Big tune, right? Racing Green, High Contrast. Say to everyone in the chat and everyone watching, listening at home, cheers. Right, so again, brand new music on NHS 500. Sorry, I'm just wiping the sweat from my face. Whiny, Sub 10, Dr. Coco. This is called Start This.
North London, or I'm doing it again. I was in the dungeon cooking bangers up again. Never been complacent cause the hunger never went. That was me at hospitality, I'm shutting down the tent. I'm kicking down the fence.
So someone has asked me, Degs, what is this shirt that you're wearing? Of course, this is the amazing Newcastle United, who are currently third in the Premier League.
You couldn't make this up like concealer.
So I'm not a referee, and I'm not wearing a Juventus shirt. This is actually Newcastle. I know it's a little bit strange that I support Newcastle with my amazing, strong Geordie accent, but I do. My family are from up there, so yeah, that's the story.
When you're at the bottom, you're an underachiever. Now I'm at the top, I can't even get a breather.
Tell me if you want it, you don't really want to start it. Better run cause you don't want past this. Make I show you who the boss is. Tell me if you want it, you don't really want to start it. Better run cause you don't want past this. Make I show you who the boss is.
Yo, I
I'm like, start it if you want. Press the button, let the ting go. I was trying to pattern, now my thing's all up in limbo. Music's got me looking at these numbers like it's bingo. Ringo, I'm that star you're seeing through your window. If you start it, can you really stop it? That's the thing, bro. Been grown, check my resume, cause I've been known. No one showed me how to be myself inside this cold world. Talking to the man inside the mirror, so I've been shown. Big mood, hella vibes when I'm on the set. Sound check, we're just getting warm. I ain't started yet. Please believe me, yo, it's nice and easy. It's not hard to get. Sketch it out, then I build it up. I'm the architect. Here today, then it's gone tomorrow. What you waiting for? Party hard, all the memories. Let's keep creating more. We was always gonna make it true, but I'm just making sure. Hit the ceiling, coming from the floor.
Okay, Ken Casanova says, don't drink and mix. Greetings from the Subwoofer crew. I think Ken is a little bit worried that I keep slamming my beer down, and obviously there's quite a lot of froth there, so, we don't want to, ruin all this expensive equipment, right? But for anyone that's just joining the chat, welcome to episode 477 of the Hospital Podcast. This track that I'm playing right now is genuinely one of my favorites, probably in my top 3, I'll be honest, on the whole compilation. And it's by an amazing artist called Flavor D, and it's called Red Pill. So all you Matrix fans, take the red pill, right? Just don't take any pills, actually. Sorry, my bad. I feel I have to repeat that comment, right? So Brooke says, thank God I work from home. They definitely wouldn't let me dance naked like this at the office. And big up Lennart, my friend. I am really looking forward to Liquidity, man. Someone else in the chat says, do you know what? Don't just take no pills, take all the pills. Take both the pills. Yeah, I'm not sure that's safe raving, my friend. So you didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me. Do you know what? I can't even repeat some of the things that are being said in the chat right now. It's particularly from Fat Notification and Terran Alonso. Anyone that's listening on Spotify, on Apple Music, or any other non-video form of the podcast, you're going to have to go and check out the podcast yourself because, I can't repeat that now. I will see if I have Adam F circles somewhere on my stick. I'm not sure I do, but I'll have a look. So we're at that point in the podcast, right, where I want to talk a little bit about a gentleman who has got an amazing remix project coming out very, very soon after 20 years of $1 Billion Gravy. And his name is London Electricity. He is, of course, the co-founder of this amazing record label that I'm very, very lucky to be a part of. And he was the absolute king of the podcast. He still has his podcast, Fast Soul Music, which is running right now. It is an amazing listen. He's an incredible narrator. He's absolutely amazing at doing the podcast. I am merely trying to walk in his shoes as best as I can. And because you've mentioned him in the chat a couple of times, I think it's probably time to play his tune on the Hospital NHS 500 podcast. And this is called Vasquez. Absolutely beautiful piece of music. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be very quiet and I'm going to let this roll out. I don't know, is there a lighter emoji here? But if not, there's a flame emoji. Can we get some flame emojis or some hands in the sky for Mr. Tony Coleman, London Electricity? Let's do this. So yeah, just in case you didn't catch the name of this tune, London Electricity, Vasquez, and this is on NHS 500. I want to give a massive shout out to Lviv City in Ukraine, who is in the chat right now. What's going on, party people? So yeah, very, very soon, I'm going to be back in the studio, not only with London Electricity at his place, making some new music with him, but also he's going to come and join me for a very, very special podcast, celebrating 20 years of $1 Billion Gravy. So yeah, he's back. Mr. Eric Lavery says, London Electricity left the podcast in safe hands. Wait, what's the opposite of safe? Listen, I know I'm not going to do as good of a job as that incredible, incredible individual as Tony, but, you know, I'm doing my best, right? So yeah, once again, big salute to Mr. London Electricity. I think he's really looking forward to his set as well at Printworks on Saturday. You can catch London Electricity and the legendary Stamina MC performing together for what I think is the first time in a very, very, very long time. And it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be in the crowd, man, so you'll see me. Tony will be coming on as a guest. We're just trying to work out, he has a very, very busy schedule, and we're just trying to work out exactly when he's able to do it, but I'm hoping it will be within the next couple of episodes to celebrate that release. Fact Notification asks, what was the name of the singer in London Electricity's band? Diane Charlemagne is her name. Unfortunately, she isn't with us anymore. So rest in power, Diane Charlemagne. Genuinely one of the best voices I've ever heard, let alone within the drum and bass community. And yeah. I believe Stamina still has both legs, and Jez Armstrong says, yes, Degs, please shout out to me and my wife, the Armstrongs. Big up the Armstrongs. Let's go. All right, brand new music, let's go. Well, woman, I love you. Let my love be served for you. We never have no drama. Me and you, we used to meet up on the corner. Woman, I love you. Let the natty care for you. We never have no drama. Me and you, we used to meet up on the corner. Well, if the rain should fall, I got no business at all. I want to hold you with my arm. Hold you with my arm. We love to see your pretty face. Step into the drums and the bass. Never let your love go to waste. Well, no man, I love you. Woman, I love you. Let me not care for you. We never have no drama. So I have a question in the chat from The Driller, and they ask, you ever thought about making a hip-hop D&B infused album with US artists? It's funny that you say that, my friend. I've actually been chatting to someone who I really, really rate recently. And he is all the way from New York. His name is Track, 4 letters, 4 dots. And we're hoping we can make some music together. He genuinely is one of the most talented MCs I've ever heard. And his sound over drum and bass is something special, man. So, yeah. Anyway, new Flavor D stuff. Let's do this. So I'm going to play some bootleg business, some remix business from Lee Matthews, who are straight out of New Zealand. This is Odd Mob, Left to Right, and this is the Lee Matthews remix. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Welcome to the Hospital Podcast. Does that deserve a reload, do you reckon? What do you reckon, George? Wow. Party people of the chat, welcome to the 477th episode of the Hospital Podcast. This is the NHS 500 special. And I have to say, the reason why I pulled that track up is because, once again, this is probably, again, in my top 5. I need to stop ranking these tunes. Because I tell you what, George, if I run out, like, anyone that finishes in, like, the bottom 10 is gonna be like, Degs, you're a dick, bro. But anyway, on a serious note, this track is on NHS 500. It comes all the way from Brazil. It is the Brazilian link-up of Urban Dawn and Alibi. And this is called Caramel. So I'm gonna let the music do the talking. give a massive shout out to everyone in the chat. Obviously, I had to play this tune. This is generally one of my favourite drum and bass tunes of all time. And yeah, fun fact, not that anyone asked me, but I'm just going to tell you anyway, that the first group of artists that I ever heard and got into drum and bass via, a guy called Will Coleman at my school sent me a bunch of tunes, and I'm pretty sure they were on a CD. I wasn't quite, I'm not that old for the vinyl stuff. I mean, George is looking at me to say, can you not alienate all of our listeners, please? And he gave me his CD, and it was an album called Inside the Machine by Bad Company UK. And oh my days, firstly I was like, why is the intro so fucking long? Why is it 2.5 minutes long? I don't understand this. And then after I kind of got over that fact, I really, really enjoyed their music. So yeah, gonna give a massive shout out to Fresh and the gang, Bad Company UK. They will always be the kings for me. Oh wow. We have probably the most important person in my life in the chat. Mr. Duncan Winslow, can somebody show some love for Mr. Duncan Winslow, straight out of St. Louis, Missouri? Although I believe you now live in Kansas. I won't give people your exact address, just in case, of course. But yeah, big up Winslow, man. We played your tune earlier on the podcast, and of course it went down well, as usual. I want to give a massive shout out as well to Isaac Santos. And shout out to Maldini.
I've been in the pits, but nobody gives a shit. Always trying to get my fixes, I'm thinking I should quit. Trying to earn a couple quid, been doing it since a kid. Keeping myself off the grid, kinda feels like I'm. It kinda feels like I'm falling. I go up and everything will turn right round. What a very strange morning. Yeah, always practicing, I'm active, couldn't pack it in. I capture moments, get attached to them, and that's the thing. I'm dwindling.
It's always lovely to see how much of a positive reaction Mr. Winslow gets, because he is an amazing guy, and he's an incredible producer as well. And he's making a very soulful liquid sound that I just wish more people were making. Well, I kind of wish that I was just collabing more with him,
Further in the future, every second, it's a blessing, but a test, and we don't know who's
and see, I do feel bad, obviously speaking over someone else's vocal, but the reason why I wanted to say what I'm going to say now is that obviously this is the NHS 500 special. And when I think of Hospital Records, I think of this one particular artist, and as I was growing up, and me and my little brother who've listened to Hospital Records for many, many years, ever since the old Hospital mixes who were mixed by Scientific, if you remember those. I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers those mixes. I think it was 1, 2 and 3. I can't remember which one was my favourite. I think it was maybe 2. So anyway, this guy, I'm going to bring the tune down anyway. So yeah, this gentleman is someone that, for me, embodies the sound of Hospital Records. When I was growing up, listening to Hospital, there was a specific sound that was very, very different from everyone else, which is kind of the reason why I got so into the label, and actually kind of why it's so surreal to be signed to them, let alone doing the podcast and having an opportunity to chat to all of you guys and all the rest of it. And this gentleman is called Matt Logistics. Logistics is the creator of probably my favorite drum and bass tune of all time, which is Together. I'm not going to play Together, but I'm actually going to play his contribution to the 500th release on Hospital Records. This track is called Belonging, and this is just classic Logistics music. It's beautiful, it's soulful, you can dance to it, you can chill to it. Don't tell your mum or dad, but you can bun a zoot to it. You can, have a couple of beers to it and all the rest of it. So yeah, this track is called Belonging. And once again, in the chat, can you do me a massive favor so I can show him this? Could you please just put some love hearts or some hands or anything in the sky, please, for the legendary Mr. Matt Logistics. All right, Chris Skelton says you should still play together. I mean, Chris, you put me on the spot here, mate. So, yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to agree with you, yeah. So Mr. Andrew McComb asks, what to do? Should I stay in the office and keep listening to Degs or go and get dinner? I'm not going to answer that. Can you guys in the chat do me a favour? Can you answer Mr. Andrew, please? Because obviously he should stay. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this piece of music right here, this piece of music means so fucking much to me. You have absolutely no idea. This is the legendary Logistics, and this is Together. We're together in the ride right now, Hospital Podcast. We're asking for a rewind. You're asking for are we gonna I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it is worth it. This is one of the best tunes of all time, I swear to God. Big up Fat Notification who asked for the reload. Hospital Podcast 477, is that right, George? So we're actually we're catching up with NHS 500. Do you think if we catch up with NHS 500, me and you, George, do we get some sort of special prize or? We get our own vinyl. Is that what it is? Or okay, yeah, okay. So listen, Mr. Chris Goss, if you're listening, me and George, we want our own vinyl. mix just goes. I love that gangster lean stance you do when you're mixing. Do I really do that, George? Is that, do I genuinely do? Honestly, I've never noticed that, my friend, so thank you for pointing it out. So you guys asked for this a little bit earlier. Someone mentioned when I asked, what are your favourite tunes off NHS 500? Someone said Anais, Sudley, Champion Die, and this is Live by the Sword. Mr. Blitz, you're always welcome to have a pint, my friend.
From the gutter with guns and bread and butter, so you better duck if you hear the thunder. Plenty people suffer, gotta hustle, get the funds up. Looking at statistics, you can see not many come up. We've been going since the sun up, preparing for the winter. Pressure building up, but the ice is getting thinner. It's a concrete jungle where there's snakes or gorillas. You don't get to see the bigger picture on Insta. You live by the sword or you die by the sword. It's best to stay cool and abide by the law. Where do we go from here? Give me the options that I have. A lot of the man them stuff all the money up in the duffel bag. There's no looking back. I have to walk my own path. My destination gets closer, so I know that I have to hold on as it gets colder and colder out here. Is that why I'm feeling anti? Doing up my hoodie, making my way home. Got a suit and a Maggie. Street lights reflecting over puddles in the alley. Link up with the baddie. After I get the bag, there's no time to.
So Fizzo20 says that this tune is definitely a fave. YC Kit says banger. My favourite track so far on the 500 is the whiny remix of Still Messed Up. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, Still Messed Up has this guy called Degs on it, and I'm not a massive fan, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's, I don't know, what do you reckon, George? George is shaking his head. Big up Cartharos, Bangkok, Thailand in the house. I'm gonna see you very soon, my friend. Very, very soon. Request for B Complex, I'll have a look, see if I've got it. Proveglia, big up. Bass Fest in Sheffield, my friends. That was so, so fun.
I'm ready, bro.
Okay. So, before I move on to the next, the next segment of the podcast, I'm just going to answer a question from Mr. Blitz, saying, do you reckon there's a chance for a D&B festival here in South America? Well, obviously there was the Locust Festival, which is obviously North America, because that was in Mexico, but realistically, I think if you spoke to any drum and bass artist or anyone who's involved with our beautiful music, I think they would say, Colombia, Venezuela, Guatemala, Bolivia, personally, Uruguay, Argentina, any of those countries for a drum and bass festival would be absolutely amazing. And I'm going to answer one more really, really quick question. Brazilian D&B is very strong. That is very true. Hyper Eagle asks, do you think you'll ever do a feature with Boo? The answer to that question is yes, but, he's very busy. And so I'm just at the pub waiting. So if you've got his number, just let him know. I'll be at the Dog and Duck in Surbiton, just having a couple of drinks on my own because I haven't got any friends apart from you guys. Like literally, you are my only friends. Well, basically, George, everyone in the podcast chat. Well, even George is like, I'm not sure we're friends, mate. We're just fucking colleagues. But anyway, so we've got to that part of the podcast where I'm going to play a little exclusive. And for once, usually the exclusive is a track that's already been released. But because I love you guys so much, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you something really, really new that no one has heard. And this is one of mine. So we're going to let the cutscene roll. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the people around the world, it is time for the Degs exclusive.
That's right. I've got to do the gangster lean, right? So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. This is something really, really new. A little liquid piece of music for you. It's called Healing. And I hope you guys like it.
Back in the day, thought I was destined to be lonely. Didn't wanna argue, so I'd rather be alone. On my grind and every day is dragging slowly. Only feel my spirit lifted when I'm back at home with you. I'd rather be alone with you. I just wanna grow with you. I see the sunset, but you're the view. I gave you a piece of my heart, and then it's a big in my arms. I wasn't sure this would last. Now you're healing all of my scars. It's hard for me to explain. No expectations remain. This love don't need to be hard. Now you're healing all of my scars. Scars, scars, scars. Now you're healing all of my scars. Scars, scars, now you're healing all of my scars.
Thank you, guys. Sorry, I mean, I didn't cue the tune up, so that's the reason why. Wait, George is like, what are you doing, bro? Anyway, that is a new piece of music. It is forthcoming secretly on my next album. Don't tell anyone. Obviously, this is going this is going on YouTube, mate, so I think I've just kind of given it away. But I am doing another album on Hospital Records. That track is called Healing. It will be on it. I'm hoping it will be a single at some point. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know. And unfortunately for everyone, I'm going to play some more Degs because he happens to be on the Hospital compilation. This is Still Messed Up by myself, and this is the Whiny remix. You know what? Fact Notification asks, can't believe you didn't sing for us. It is something I will absolutely do. We're going to set the mic up so it's not compressing. If, of course, every time I engage with the mic, it dips the music. But we are going to do something nice, fun, and live very soon. So, yeah, be prepared. George is like, are we?
I'm still messed up drinking last night. Do the same shit every week. I sit here with my cup up, watch the world go round and round. I'm so bored, I make another. Can't be asked to go to town. And this view sitting on the table doesn't mean I found my peace. I'm still.
So just a quick question asked by Cartharos. Degs, are you DJing or MCing in Bangkok? Because of course, hospitality is going all the way to Bangkok in Thailand. What I will be doing is I will be DJing and MCing and singing at the same time. It's like a one-man band, but it's just like this really ugly brown man doing it instead of like a normal talented human. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm also going to be hosting the other guys as well.
Find the dirt, yeah, but that's the randomness of Earth. Spin the roulette for the hurt. I embrace specific moments just like this to give me strength. Everybody's got a system, ditching chocolate just for them. Temporary enough fixes, never see shit to the end because this world's full of distractions. Never know what's round the bend, I can't pretend that the way we do things is alright. Some kids don't reach their teens before they can't go on with life. Trying to run from imperfection, yet this premise is a lie. How many mothers need to cry? I sit here with my cup up, watch the world go round and round. I'm so bored, I make another. Can't be asked to go to town. And this fear sitting on the table doesn't mean I found my peace. I'm still messed up drinking last night. Do the same shit every week. Do the same every week. Do the same every week. I'm still messed up drinking last night. Do the same.
So, sorry, a few people have actually asked me where you can get this hat from. I believe they're actually slightly discontinued at the moment, but what I will do after the podcast, I will ask the guys in the merch department, who are really, really talented people, and see if they can do a reissue of this, because, yeah, this is definitely my favourite hospital merch that they've done in a long time. So yeah, the merch guys, they are absolutely incredible. DJ Meister says, man, I've even got a Hospital Records tattoo. I mean, wow, I've got to see, have I seen that before? I've had a beer with DJ Meister before. That's why George is looking at me and said, do you know who that is? I'm like, yeah, bro, I actually know who that is. So yeah, next time we're at a show, man, I want to see it. That sounds weird. I want to give a massive shout out to Me Too Stefan, who's locking in from Romania. Okay, this next track, NHS 500 from Askel. Let's do this. This track is called Thoughts About Home. And God's Country, Northumberland. Big up Dave from Northumberland. yeah, Joe McDonald says, this is my favourite track on NHS 500 for sure. Big up to Askel. Askel, of course, part and famous for being part of Askel and Alere. And they are from Finland, I believe, George. Is that correct? George is like, yeah, yeah. And you know, it's an amazing thing that drum and bass is just so incredibly worldwide at the moment. Yeah, I feel amazing to be a massive part of it. It really is. It's amazing. And Miranda says, I always went to the D&B area from the 90s until now, usually by myself. My friends never understood it. You know, it's so strange. Like, I was very, very lucky. I'm 34 now, right? So, you know, I've been listening to drum and bass for about 20 years now. And I was lucky to be surrounded by, you know, a bunch of my friends were always going raving with us. And it wasn't until I toured in America, I think for the first time was June last year, back in 2022. And I started speaking to people, and there was this one gentleman, and I can't remember what his name is, and I feel really, really bad for it. But he'd basically driven. I played a show in a place called Charlotte in North Carolina. Absolutely beautiful place. It was actually on the same day as Juneteenth as well. So I learned a lot about the culture and obviously the history of, you know, slavery and racism, and, you know, without getting too deep into it, as a person of color, that was really, really interesting for me, because obviously the black experience is very different in Europe than it is in the US. But beside the by, you know, this guy had driven for I think 8 or 10 hours or something like that, and he said to me, like, when he was at school, he was like the only person that listened to drum and bass. He was the only person going around and trying to Bluetooth. Was it Bluetooth? What was it called, George, again? Infrared. He's a bit too young, he can't remember. But he was infraredding people's tunes on his old Sony Ericsson, and people were just like, his friends were like, bro, this is fucking shit. So can I give a massive shout out and massive salute to everyone that is flying the flag for drum and bass, especially when the people around them aren't massive fans of the music, because without you guys, maybe we wouldn't be in the US, for example, you know? Yeah, and even Brooke says D&B is super rare here in Washington State. And Mr. Blitz says as well, D&B, it's alien here really. I maybe know 2 or 3 people that actually listen to it. I found friends who love it, and now we do monthly mix sessions for them. That's amazing. Andy Garcia says, I got made fun of for my music taste, but it never stopped me. 16 years strong. Big up Andy, man. That is some dedication, bro. And moving on to another amazing track on NHS 500. This is Solar, Everything is Possible, but this is the DJ Marky and Makoto remix.
If we can learn not to forget, oh, but will it be all we need to finally see that everything is possible, maybe? Could it be all you need to finally see that everything is possible with me? Better waiting for momentum, the urge to feels like the sunrise for both of us soon. It's time for looking forward, just focus ahead with open arms and light a heart with nothing to lose. So will it be all we need to finally see that everything's possible, maybe? Could it be all you need to finally see? Yeah, everything is possible with me.
Christian, was that you, my friend? Was that you? So Christian just said that was me. He drove about 5 hours from Richmond to the Charlotte. So thank you so much. I think I might be getting it mixed up. Not saying that wasn't a massive bit of dedication, but there was someone who drove for 10 hours. 10 hours.
Now
You know what? That's one of the biggest sort of... I mean, there's a lot of cultural differences, isn't there, George, between the US and the UK? And George is about to say, is looking at me thinking, what kind of rabbit hole are you going down? But one of the biggest things, in the UK, if you have to drive more than half an hour, people are like, nah, fuck that. But in the US, it's like, yeah, man, I'll go to the shops. Just because you asked for it. See, I played this on the last podcast, but of course, because it was specifically requested, this is Shapes, Degs, Eliza Page, and currently this is ID. Hospital Podcasts.
Jitters in the queue. Is this Mitzi gonna kick in for the bouncer sees the crew? Every one of us is mash up. Did the last one in the spoons. I did the 9 to 5 and cashed up. Don't wanna find in my balloons. Yeah, I'm only weightless in the rave. Seeing colours in my eyeballs, starring in my own cartoon. Drum and bass and not the Bible is the scripture I pursue. I wish my pals would hurry up so they can see this too. Because it's going off. Can't believe I fleeced the bouncers with this rap inside my sock. But my maker caught an ousted sitting outside on the rocks. But we can't leave this situation cause the music's getting hot. Yeah, and the bars they're getting cold. My jaw it might be swinging but that's out of my control. Skipper and the shabba bringing flows that I don't even know. And in that moment I'm a raver. Now I feel at home.
Yeah, big up party people, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We are desperately trying to get this tune out at some point. I don't know when it's going to be. Hopefully soon. Yes. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for locking on. This has been the NHS 500 special of the Hospital Podcast. I think George wants to go home. Yeah, actually, he doesn't mind, does he? Do you really mind? Should I kind of play a few more, George? Is that all right? Yeah, George is like, yeah. So because you guys asked for Fred V and graphics a little bit earlier, I think that's what I'm going to do for you, man. All right, let's go. Yeah, I can't be the only person in the chat, right, that kind of misses Fred V and graphics together, you know? I'm not saying that, I mean, they are absolutely smashing it individually. Fred V and graphics, two really, really great human beings, but absolutely talented people. But I have to admit, man, this tune, it just hits different, man. Different.
Talk a lot, but can they hack it? Sending it for 6 off the planet. I was measuring.
All right, I'm going to roll out for a few more minutes, and then I think it's time that George and I went to the pub. Yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. This has been the NHS 500 special. This is the Hospital Podcast number 477. Let's do this.
Resonating shanties of a palace. They talk a lot, but can they hack it? Hack it. They talk a lot, but can they hack it? They talk a lot, but can they hack it? Lucid when I'm dreaming on the mattress. Grew for no reason round the outlets. Got uni divas booming it on campus. Soon to see the unity attach us, and I will catch us. If you realign your shackles, something tells me that this generation might be actors. Tunnel vision steady through the chapters. See, we're never going backwards. They talk a lot, but can they hack it?
Yes, yes. As always, party people from all around the world, seemingly from Bangkok to Northumberland, which again, when I was growing up listening to drum and bass, I never thought those two places would be two places that I would be putting together in the same sentence. It's kind of crazy, right? We've got people from Austria, from Bangkok, from Northumberland. We've got people from Ukraine. We've got people from France, Germany. It's an amazing thing. And genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure I can speak for George as well, which I try not to do too often, but this time he's actually agreeing with me. We are both very, very grateful for all of you for locking on. So whether you are from the US, whether you're from Canada, whether you're from Kazakhstan, we had Kazakhstan in the house. I thought, and this is why I feel a bit bad, I thought that person was joking. Big up Argentina, big up Portugal. Muito obrigado. I'm going to learn this properly. I'm going to learn my Portuguese properly. Big up Brazil, Staffordshire. We've got Kentucky. Wow, we got the best Bang Bang City, yeah? Big up Isaac Santos. Okay, so I'm going to play one more tune. And if you know me by now, you probably know I'm going to play more than that. I'm just going to have a little look, see what I've got on my stick for you guys. But this is a track, slightly different tempo. And it's by an artist called Missing. And this is, again, I'm going to not rank this time, but this is one of my favourite tracks on NHS 500. And you know what? This is called UOKG. So I want to give a massive shout out to Picardy in France. There's Paris, France as well. And just to let you guys know, unfortunately, the next couple of podcasts are not going to be live because there's one more live. Sorry, I do apologize. There's going to be one more live, and that's in 2 weeks' time, George. Yeah. So we've got one more live podcast in 2 weeks' time, and then the next two after that will be every 2 weeks, but they're going to be pre-records. So, as always, please get your tunes to dubsfordegs@gmail.com. And let's go. So Helder Fonseca is being really nice to me, and he said, your muito obrigado is spot on. And thank you, my friend. Absolutely massive tune from Missing. Hope you guys are enjoying this. So yeah, I'm going to play one more tune. And I'm going to go back into some jungle flavours, right? Big up Mr. Majestic. So yeah, once again, thank you guys all so much for locking on to the podcast. Luckily, George is in the building as always, because I made a massive mistake. In 2 weeks' time, we are still live, and I believe it's going to be hopefully a special podcast. We're just waiting on that confirmation from the very special guest, of which I've mentioned his name a million times, I think, in the podcast. So everyone's going to work out exactly what it is. I'm going to play one more tune for you guys, and it's from genuinely one of my favourite artists, again, growing up. And this was on the 25 years of Drum and Bass Arena. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to drink the rest of my beer, and just wanted to say, again, thank you so much. The podcast a couple of weeks ago was amazing because we had an opportunity to actually big up one of the most if not the most legendary vocalist, and who is probably technically the voice of drum and bass in MC Singing Fats. So I just wanted to say one more time, much love to Fats, much love to his family. I know they've had the funeral now, and apparently it was an incredible send-off. I was having a conversation with Groove Rider about it, and he said it was beautiful. It was absolutely everything that you could have imagined. So one more time, just thank you so much to Fats for the influence that you've had, and of course we're going to continue to play your music and spread your light and influence people with the amazing talent that you had and that you still have in my eyes. So yeah, thank you guys for locking into that one. Of course, with this, I appreciate it so much that you guys have locked on. I know we're going to try and take a little bit more feedback on board in terms of making sure that you guys know exactly when this is happening. But just to let you know, from 2 weeks' time, so that will be the 26th of April, George, is that right? 26th of April, he's going, yes, 26th of April at 5 p.m. GMT. We're going to be doing another live podcast, so please jump in the chat. If you have any friends or yourself you happen to produce, please send your music to dubsfordegs@gmail.com, and I'm going to play some Jungle Business just to finish off. RIP MC Fats, big love to the hospital family, and to all of you guys, stay safe, be good to each other, and I'll see you soon. And Mr. Blitz says, thank you to the all-knowing George. Everyone in the chat say, thank you, George. You're going to make him blush, you know. George is already shaking his head. Brooke says, can we get George on the video for a sec? I think we'll have to get you back on for a guest mix soon, right? Yeah, he's up for that. But right now, no. And Marky says, thank you, George, but this Degs guy is strange. I have to admit, I actually agree with you, my friend. And I'm the one that has to look at myself in the mirror, man. Come on. I forgot the mic was on then. That's how you know I like a tune, right? Thank you guys so much. Hospital Records, Hospital Podcast 477. Thank you for supporting the label. Thank you for supporting the events. To some of you, I will see you at Printworks on Saturday. To others of you, I will see you in Bangkok. I will see you in Perth. I will see you in Wellington. All sorts of different places around the world. We are very, very fortunate. Spread love to each other. Just in case you didn't catch that ID, it is by Digital and it's called Stylee, Stylee. I'm going to put the full track list in the comments. I just need to plug the USB into my computer and make that happen. And until 2 weeks' time, 26th of April at 5 p.m. GMT, Hospital Podcast 478 will be back. And hope to see you guys there. So yeah, peace, love and unity. Thank you guys so much for locking in, locking on. See you soon.